effect of environmental pollutants, environmental status, and report on climate change. This is your first module. And then I will take fourth module. Then second and third he will be teach. Okay. That means also second and third module test also he will take after the complete 10 marks. Okay. Second and third module. And first module, when I will complete this chapter, then I will take 10 marks objective test. Okay. Then fourth module also I will take, that is soil pollution and solid waste management. So for soil pollution, lithosphere, composition, soil properties, soil pollution, ecological and health effects, municipality solid waste management, classification of solid wastes, municipality solid wastes, characteristics, collection, storage, transport and disposal methods, sanitary landfills, technologies for processing of municipality solid wastes, incineration, composting and pyrolysis. These are the syllabus for soil pollution and solid waste management. Then last, that is noise pollution and radioactive pollution, but especially I will take the noise pollution and radioactive pollution. Dr. Ashish Singh will be teach. Okay. So for noise pollution introduction, sources, point line and area sources, outdoor and indoor noise propagation, effect of noise on health, criteria, noise standards and limit values, noise measurement techniques and analysis, prevention of noise pollution. So this is your syllabus. So I think module 1, module 4 and module 5 half of syllabus I will take. Okay. Now another point, some instructions I want to give you regarding my classes. So first of all, मैं जो क्लास आप लोग का लूंगा उसमें दोनों साइड से मैं क्वेश्चन कवर करते जाऊंगा. सपोज आपका अप टू मार्च अगर कोविड क्लियर हो जाए तो मे बी पॉसिबिलिटीज ऑफलाइन एग्जामिनेशन, मे बी पॉसिबिलिटीज और मे नॉट बी पॉसिबिलिटीज. तो उसके लिए मैं जो भी टॉपिक्स डिस्कस करते जाऊंगा उससे मैं आप लोग कॉपी लेके साइड में या एक पेज लेके रखिएगा, जिससे कि क्वेश्चन जो मैं बोलते जाऊंगा उसको आप लोग नोट करते जाइएगा. इन केस ऑब्जेक्टिव में भी आपको काम आएगा और थियोरेटिकल में भी काम आएगा. मैं दोनों तरफ से चल रहे हैं ताकि स्टूडेंट बाद में ऐसा ना हो कि प्रॉब्लम में फंस जाए कि अब तो ऑफलाइन एग्जाम होगा तो कैसे होगा, सर तो उस तरह का कुछ बोले नहीं है. ये मेरा अपना थ्योरी है, तो मैं उस तरीका से चाहे केमिस्ट्री हो और चाहे इन्वायरमेंटल साइंस हो, उसी मेथड्स में ही मैं टीचिंग कर रहा हूँ. और आप लोग क्वेश्चन नोट करते जाएंगे, साथ में मैं आंसर भी आपको डिस्कस करते जाएंगे. ठीक है. देन नेक्स्ट कुछ प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन भी थोड़ा सा क्लास आपका हो जाए, उसके बाद कुछ प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन अपलोड कर देंगे. 1-1.5 महीना क्लास हो जाए तब तो आपको आइडिया हो जाएगा कि अगर ऑफलाइन एग्जाम होगा तो किस टाइप का क्वेश्चन आएगा. ठीक. ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन जो टॉपिक्स में डिस्कस करूंगा उस टॉपिक्स में ऑब्जेक्टिव किस तरह से क्वेश्चन आएगा वो भी मैं थोड़ा थोड़ा आपको बताते जाऊंगा. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, जब मैं क्लास स्टार्ट करूंगा क्लास के बीच में किसी तरह का डिस्टरबेंस नहीं होना चाहिए. एक चीज आप लोग आज फर्स्ट क्लास है, याद रखिए. कुछ भी आप लोग को कुछ क्वेरीज होगा तो आप लोग जब क्लास कंप्लीट हो जाएगा तब आप लोग जरूरत होगा तो पूछ लीजिएगा. ठीक है. क्योंकि मेरा प्रिंसिपल अलग है, मैं राइट टाइम में एकदम क्लास शुरू करूंगा और टाइम होगा कंप्लीट कर देंगे. मेरा हमेशा टारगेट रहता है सिलेबस को टाइमली कंप्लीट करना, और सेकंड थिंग सबको स्टूडेंट को क्वेश्चन आंसर सब तरह से डिस्कस करते जाएंगे ताकि किसी को प्रॉब्लम ना हो. आई थिंक डिस्कस करने के बाद आपको समझ जाएंगे, 2-3 क्लास हो जाएगा तो आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि हाँ क्लास एनफ है. देन जैसे ही फर्स्ट मॉड्यूल कंप्लीट हो जाएगा तो आपको नोट्स प्रोवाइड करेंगे, अपलोड कर देंगे क्लास नोट्स। तो वो क्लास नोट्स एनफ है, प्लॉट्स जो हम स्लाइड भी जो दिखाएंगे वो भी एनफ है, ठीक है। तो उसके बाद भी अगर किसी को बुक्स की जरूरत पढ़ने की, कांटेक्ट करने की जरूरत पड़े तो आप जो ही लाइब्रेरी है बीआईटी मिश्रा या देवघर का सारे जगह पर है, पटना का, आप लोग वहां से कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं। देन बुक्स में जैसे मैं बता दे रहा हूँ कौन कौन सी बुक्स आपको अच्छा लगेगा जो आपका सिलेबस रिलेटेड है। एक डे की बुक है, एक डे की बुक है, ये बुक एनवायरमेंटल केमिस्ट्री है, ठीक है। ये बुक्स काफी सिलेबस कवर करता है, आपका फर्स्ट मॉड्यूल, सेकेंड मॉड्यूल, थर्ड मॉड्यूल और फोर्थ फिफ्थ भी कवर कर ही जाता है, ठीक है। बट फर्स्ट मॉड्यूल में कुछ पार्ट है जो आपको एक डे में नहीं मिलेगा। जैसे आपका इकोसिस्टम मैनेजमेंट, इन्वायरमेंटल फेट ऑफ पॉल्यूटेंट नहीं मिलेगा, उसके लिए आपको फिर कांटेक्ट करना पड़ेगा बीके शर्मा की बुक से, ओके। सिमिलरली आपका इकोसिस्टम मैनेजमेंट एंड इन्वायरमेंटल स्टेटस एंड रिपोर्ट ऑन क्लाइमेट चेंज, ये तीनों बुक में नहीं मिलेगा। इसके लिए फिर एक बुक से आर राजा गोपालन, इन्वायरमेंटल स्टडी बोल के बुक्स है, थर्ड एडिशन का है, ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी प्रेस का है। ये बुक्स फिर आपको ढूंढना पड़ेगा। नेक्स्ट बुक है पी ओडुम का एक बुक आता है, उस बुक से आपको फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ इकोलॉजी, जो मैं आज डिस्कस कर दूंगा, तो दैट इज एनफ। तो ये बुक्स आई थिंक मेरा क्लास और नोट्स के बाद हमें नहीं लगता है फिर किसी को जरूरत पड़ेगा कि ये चीज बुक्स मुझे जरूरत पड़े, हो जाना चाहिए। फिर भी आप किसी स्टूडेंट अगर इंटरेस्ट लेके पढ़ना चाहते हैं तो पढ़ सकते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, ओके। और नेक्स्ट पॉइंट ये है कि नोट्स जो है आपको जब क्लास आपका कंप्लीट बना, ये फर्स्ट मॉड्यूल कंप्लीट होगा, नोट्स आपको दे देंगे उसी दिन, जिस दिन कंप्लीट होगा उसका नेक्स्ट वीक में हम टेस्ट ले लेंगे, बस एक वीक का गैपिंग रहेगा, दैट इज एनफ। क्लास को अच्छा से ध्यान दीजिए, हो जाएगा आराम से, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, ओके।
यस सर।
Then now I am going to start your syllabus. Slide is visible?
Yes sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, now, so ecosystem and environment. So first questions may be asked in theoretical. So what is difference between environment and environmental science? First question may be asked. Then maybe other and maybe question asked. So write down the definition of environment or write down the definition of environmental science. So now just you can assume for the environment. So everybody are knowing. So in your surrounding, just there are two important components are present. One is biotic, another abiotic. Sorry, abiotic components. So each other dependent. That means just look here for first line. That means biotic and abiotic component. Biotic means organisms. Then abiotic means this one is coming. So that means each other dependent and also in your surrounding presence. So this one is called exactly, you can say, environment. Just already written here. So the term environment is derived from French word environs, meaning around, encircles or encompasses. And hence the term environment in short can be used for surrounding. So that means you can say this one is environment. Now next, that is environmental science. What is environmental science? Actually, environmental science mainly focus interrelation between physical, chemical, biological components of the environment. If you are writing, always you try to understand, suppose theoretical exam, maybe possibilities in that case, always you try to write, so gist of the आंसर. आप बहुत ज्यादा लिखेंगे तो आपको नंबर कटने की कम ज्यादा चांस रहता है. ठीक है, और एक चीज बता देते हैं, इन्वायरमेंटल साइंस ऐसे बहुत बच्चे लोग इजी वे में लेते हैं कि मैं तो ये स्कूल लेवल से पढ़ते आ रहा हूँ, लेकिन शायद आपको पता नहीं है कि थियोरेटिकल में 20% स्टूडेंट इन्वायरमेंटल साइंस में फेल कर जाता है. उसका रीजन ये है कि वो इजी वे में ले लेते हैं और कुछ नहीं है. तो सब्जेक्ट इजी, बट उसको इजी वे में और ले लेते हैं. छोड़ो, ऐसे ही पढ़ जाएंगे, लिख लेंगे, ये कर लेंगे. ऐसे स्टूडेंट है, अभी फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर का स्टूडेंट 8th सेमेस्टर में इन्वायरमेंटल साइंस क्लियर किया है. तो वो जो ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस हो जाता है, उसके लिए ये सब प्रॉब्लम होता है. तो इसीलिए वो ऑफलाइन के लिए बता रहा है. अभी जितने लोगों का इन्वायरमेंटल साइंस बैक लगा हुआ था, सब ऑनलाइन दे दे के पार हो गया, क्योंकि ऑब्जेक्टिव था. अदरवाइज वो लोग का अभी 8th सेमेस्टर बाकी है, वो लोग को ऐसे ही पढ़ा जाता है, क्योंकि क्वेश्चन इतना इजी नहीं आता है, थियोरेटिकल टफ क्वेश्चन आता है. तो फिर भी अगर आपका टॉपिक्स डिटेल्स क्लियर रहेगा आपका एकदम, तो कैसे भी क्वेश्चन आएगा आप लिख देंगे. एनीवे, तो environmental science definition you can write from these topics. So environmental science focus only the interaction between the physical, chemical and biological components of the environment. Now already you are knowing so including their effects on all types of organisms. So the many people's environmental science specifically refers to the effect of humans on the environment. So this one is this type, you can write environmental science definition. Then you can write also differentiate between environment and environmental science. Now next come, so components of environment can be classified into basically two types. One is natural, another is human, or you can say that is man-made. So natural, that means lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, biosphere. So I think this, according to syllabus for these ecosystems, briefly, main important point I am going to discuss for lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, biosphere. But it details, Dr. Ashish Singh will be discussed, because in I think chapter number 2, which chapter already started, or I think 3 maybe possibilities. There one graph is there that is very important for theoretical questions. So how this is increasing or decreasing, lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, biosphere. which one will be upper level, which one is lower level. This type of question will be come. So I think that will be discussed assessing. Okay, but according to syllabus, this is briefly I have discussed according to syllabus. Now, lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, biosphere. So one by one I am going to discuss. So you try to understand. So this one is lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere. First lithosphere, very important point. First you try to understand. So this one is very important point, which makes up 29% of the Earth's surface. That means what? It is the solid rocky crust covering the entire planet. It is inorganic and composed of minerals. It consists of constituents, mountains and ocean. So this is lithosphere. This is, and this answer is enough for here. Okay. Now I am going to hydrosphere. So hydrosphere, mainly look here, this point is very important point. It covers 71% of the Earth's surface. First point. Of which 97% is in the oceans. And only 3% is fresh water, which includes the solid ice sheets as well as liquid form in the rivers and ponds. So if you are writing for the hydrosphere, then first line it is the composed of all the water. So here everybody are knowing, no problem. But this one is more important point. It covers up to rivers and ponds, like here. Okay. Then next, that is very important for our life, atmosphere. So atmosphere means, that means basically in atmosphere, nitrogen this percentage present, oxygen this percentage present, and carbon dioxide this percentage present. And also other is, that is very important, that is carbon monoxides. Okay, carbon monoxide, sorry, CO, carbon monoxides. Now, how can determine the percentage of nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxides, and carbon monoxides from the atmosphere? So, very interesting point you try to understand. Suppose this is your sample collector burette. Sample collector burette. So, in this burette, 100 cc gases collect from the atmosphere, first of all. Then there are different type of tubes. So suppose first one, second one, and third one. So in this case, suppose CO2, sorry, O2. In this case, CO2. In this case, CO. So now that means how you determine the percentage of CO2, O2, and nitrogen and oxygen. So for the oxygen determined, first of all, you will take potassium hydroxides plus pyrogallon plus distilled water. I think this one is 100 grams of potassium hydroxide, and I think this one is 5 gram of pyrogallon. Then 100 ml distilled water dissolve this potassium hydroxide and pyrogallon. After this solution, so this is one type of mixture forming. This solution put into this test tubes or burette. Similarly, for the carbon dioxide, in this case, potassium hydroxide plus the 100 ml distilled water, first prepared a mixture. Again, you put in here for the CO2 burette. Then carbon monoxides. So for carbon monoxide, in this case, ammonium chloride plus cuprous chloride Then 100 ml distilled water take in a conical flask, then completely mix or homogeneously mix each other. Then this one is form a mixture. This mixture again put into the burette. Now already you have taken 100 cc of gas from the atmosphere, or you can say air. You can say gas or air from atmosphere. This air again and again you will observe first of all O2. So until unless it will be not constant, that means certain time after it will be constant. So constant means this constant. So look here 21%. That means it may be possibilities that is 19%, that is 20%, and that is 21%. Maybe any one possibilities. So this 21 is the last limit, this one is the lowest limit. Now question is this. So 21, why this one is very, so 19, 20, 21, what is the reason? So due to the suspended particles present in atmosphere, this result will be vary. When less suspended particles present in that case, so 21%, then more that means this one, then more that means 19%. So similarly, this type again, when that means suppose in your result is fine, 21% is constant, that means this is your result. That means you can say our atmosphere today's 21% oxygen is present. Now another point for the carbon dioxide, CO2, that means carbon dioxide. Again, same method you will observe. So everywhere is no there for close and open. When you are going to this one observing, this two should be close. Okay. Then after this one complete, again you come second. So this one is close, this one is close. Then this here will be observed again and again. I think this will be maybe possibilities 0.1 to 0.3%, 0.01 to 0.034%. This is the carbon dioxides. Same methods, again CO2 first you will close this one, then next come carbon monoxides. So carbon monoxide is very dangerous. Okay, if more percentage is present carbon monoxides, so basically for human, harmful for human, immediate senseless will be possibilities, maybe possibilities. Okay, so therefore it may be 0. Maximum 1%. Okay, so similarly rest part is the nitrogen. So is this type you can measure the atmosphere percentage of oxygen, carbon dioxide and carbon monoxides and nitrogen. Next that is biosphere. So first lithosphere, then hydrosphere, then atmosphere, last is biosphere, fourth is biosphere. So biosphere means very interesting point. There are 2 points always you should be remember. This one is living and non-living. So that means this one is biotic and this one is abiotic. So obviously that means now look here. So that means abiotic and biotic each other dependent. Okay. So that means look here, they all are vital to maintain the energy. How? Energy flow via ecocycles, food webs or food chain. That means now you try to understand this point on the basis of this, because language you first try to understand. This one is very, all are vital to maintain the energy flow via ecocycles, food web, food chains. So look here in this case, suppose this is your food cycles. So in this case, suppose this one is small insect, this one is small plants, this one is small fish, this one is big fish, then this one is main. Now in this case, look here. So this one, that means this one is dependent each other. So also this one is called producer. This one is, this four is called consumers. Then last is also consumers, you can see. Okay, last one is also consumer. That means small plants depend on the small insect. Because small plant, his foods is in small insect. Similarly, small fish, his food is small plants. Similarly, big fish, small plants and small fish also is food. Then main foods is big fish. So similarly, this one is called food cycles or food chain, you can say. So they all are vital to maintain the energy flow via ecocycles, food web or food chain, and thus maintains the balance in nature. Now question is this, why this sentence, this line is telling, so thus maintains the balance in nature. Suppose a small insect no consumed by the small plants. That means what will be effect? Suppose this is your ponds. So agar small plants starting the growth, so it will be suppose not consuming any by others. So by default, this total area will be covered by the small plants. Similarly, others also will be covered by the. So क्या होगा? Certain times after it will be blockage. So therefore, this is called, thus maintains the balance in nature. So same food cycle, this one is called water level food cycles. So another is also so many types of land level also food cycles. Okay, plants level also food cycle, different types of food cycle. So therefore this line is telling, so maintain the balance in nature. ओके सो जब तक ये कंज्यूम नहीं होगा तब तक बैलेंस नहीं होगा, बैलेंस फिर इनबैलेंस हो जाएगा. नाउ नेक्स्ट इज मैन मेड environment. तो मैन मेड environment means that is any construction working that is made by the man, or any type of furniture is making that is made by the man. So any examples you give in this for the man-made. Okay. Now next is coming, that is just a minute. This one is called ecology. This one is question may be asked from these topics. First, what is, write down the definition of ecology. Question, first question may be asked. Second question may be asked, write down the types of ecology. Then third question may be asked, what is difference between autoecology and syncology? This is the theoretical question I am telling you. Then objective question, what type of may be asked from, one more question from here. Objective question may be given, suppose, so in this case, suppose their oxygen percentage is 21. So maybe question, how many percentage of oxygen in atmosphere? So there are 4 options may be given. Okay, any one is correct and next 3 is wrong. So Therefore, should be clear idea. So exact percentage how much. So already I have discussed. Maybe in this case 0.3, how much percentage maybe possibilities in carbon dioxide present or nitrogen, or similarly in this case how much 3% is fresh water, maybe 0.3, 0.3 or 4% or XYZ may be given. So then it's depend on you. If you have correct idea, then you immediate write. This type of question for objective may be asked. Now, so for this case, what type of objective question may be asked? So listen, what is the meaning of ecology? So just two lines, look here for last two ones. It is the science of relation between organism and their environment, no more. आपको डेफिनेशन अगर पूछता है ज्यादा लिखने की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है. It is the science of relation between organism and their environment. Other hand, same thing is Taylor proposed. So ecology is mainly the science of all the relation between organisms and their environment. Anyone you can write, no problem. There are 4 options is given. Anyone you can write. It's depend on you which one easily you can remember. That is more important. Now, objective question may be asked: who proposed the ecology or ecosystems? Who proposed? May be given E. Haeckel, D. Haeckel, M. Haeckel, or C. Haeckel. Similarly, Taylor, so maybe M. Taylor, A. Taylor, B. Taylor, or Taylor something given for objective questions. Okay, so this type of question. So basically, E. Haeckel also proposes same thing. Taylor also proposed same thing. This one is called ecology. Now, ecology basically there are two types. Basically, there are two types: autoecology and syncology. So, what is difference between autoecology or syncology? Simple line try to write, very easy. So, what is the meaning of single plants here, or there are 3 plants are here? That means how you will write the answer. So, in this case, for the case of autoecology, which is include, this one is called not single plants, you will write single organisms. This one is very, very important question for theoretical, which is include single organism is called autoecology. And for syncology, that is group of organism is called syncology. So this is the difference, and this is the definition of ecology. So very interesting, important topics. This one may be question asked theoretically, और आया भी है इसके पहले क्वेश्चन. जो मैं क्वेश्चन जितना मैं बोलते जा रहा हूँ, ये सारा क्वेश्चन इसके पहले आया है, और इसी टाइप का क्वेश्चन रिपीट होते गया है. Okay. Next, that I've already written here theoretical. Already I have discussed, not line by line reading. Just you look here for autoecology, single organism, and community of the ecology. Okay. Then scope is not important, so scope better. Principle of ecology. So principle of ecology, there are 4 points basically. So look here, for here, mainly in which alteration of any one component affect all the other components. Point number 2, this one is very important. So the existence of the life depend upon the flow of energy. through food chain and on the cycling of nutrients. This one I will discuss. हेलो हेलो
Yes, sir.
एक्चुअली नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम हो गया, ठीक है, इसीलिए ज्वाइन ही नहीं हो रहा। ओके, सॉरी है।
Okay.
नाउ इट इज ओके। हेलो,
Yes, sir.
एक्चुअली नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है ना, ठीक ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, ये कर रहे हैं। So, Sat, I was discussing problem principle. Na? So look here.
Yes, sir.
So the flow of energy through food chain, just a minute. So principle of ecology, that means depend upon the flow of energy. So flow of energy already I have discussed through the food chain or cycling of nutrients. Okay, this process ensure the stability of ecosystem. So that means ये कि everything should be food chain, food web or food cycle, all are similarly should be maintained in nature. Then stability of ecosystems. So the nature is the greater diversity and greater variety of organisms in a systems, which leads to its stability. Then last, that is the environment is modified by the organism according to their need. The carrying capacity of the environment determines the size of organism population, which there, that is the environment. So this is the principle of ecology. Now balance of ecology. So there are four factors for balance of ecology. So look here. So how balance you will maintain the ecology? So that means very important point is rainfall. Or you can say climate factor. So climate factor or rainfall is very important. Suppose rainfall is, suppose in this year, rainfall is according to requirement. That means no more, no less. Okay, according to requirement possibilities. Then in this case, that means everything will be, plants will be perfectly grow, then fruits, then vegetables, then others. So that means all will be maintained. If water, that means rainfall is minimum, that means maybe effect temperature will be increased in this case. So by default, all will be effect. So that means that is not called a balance of ecological. If more rain possibilities, in that case also damage all the plants or vegetables or fruits, also that means that is not balance. So therefore, look here, there are four factors: deforestation, soil erosion, expanses of desert, decreases in rainfall, and effect on climate, and lowering of water table. So soil erosion, the soil is washed away, especially on the slopes in the absence of forest. First point. Second point, expanses of desert. The fertile land gradually gets converted into sand desert due to the action of strong wind. Decreases in rainfall. Forest bring rains due to the high rate of transpiration and precipitation. Then effect of on climate. This point is very, very important. So look here, the climate in the region, which is mainly controlled by rainfall. Okay, so deforestation causes decreases in rainfall, then which is in turns increases the temperature, which is already I have discussed. So lowering of water table, so decreases in rainfall result into lowered water table by default. रेनफॉल आपका डिक्रीज करेगा तो आपका ऑब्वियसली लोअर लेवल वाटर लेवल नीचे चला. Then next, that is death of animal. So death of animal is important, vital role for the ecological balance. This one is vital role. How? So you try to understand. So first, producer, then consumer, then decomposer, then environment, then producer. Now, how? This is the cycle. So first look here. Producer means which one? That means small insect, which is self-growth or self-dependent can be growth. Small insect in the water level, okay, or also land level, which is not depend any other. So this one is producer. Then consumers. So consumer means what? Consumer is always depend on others. That means producer. Like that human. एनिमल्स, हम लोग को क्या है, अगर कोई वेजिटेबल्स नहीं हम लोग को प्रोवाइड करेगा तो हम लोग को प्रोवाइड कहाँ से मिलेगा? वेजिटेबल्स, फूड्स कहाँ से मिलेगा? कोई प्रोवाइड नहीं करेगा. तो दैट मीन्स वी आर द कंज्यूमर्स. सो कंज्यूमर्स डिपेंड्स ऑन अदर. नाउ थिंक इज दैट, सो कंज्यूमर आफ्टर कंज्यूमिंग, consumers after consuming, it will be converted into decomposer. So decomposer means, that means dead body, bacteria, fungi, fungus, or inorganic substance and organic substance, that is more important for production. So how? So from this organic and inorganic substance convert into again environmental, then environment to again come to producer. So this is the cycle. So therefore, death of animals is very important points. Similarly, on the cases of any type of decomposer parts. So because until unless inorganic and organic substance will be now produced, then how can develop the growth of producers? So producer plants or XYZ. So therefore this one is also important, use and refrigeration. So now last is, that is use of refrigeration. So this is, it is observed the refrigerants. The refrigeration purpose are extremely harmful for the ecological balance, because with respect to time, these elements are up and remain the atmosphere 100 of years. Now this one is last, that is nuclear radiation. So this one is very important point, nuclear radiation. So everybody are knowing. So in any areas, if nuclear plants or nuclear any type of industries are there, those who are using nuclear chemicals, both cases may be harmful either through the atmosphere, either through the liquid wastage. Both cases may be harmful. So today I am closing because 24. Next also my classes is again. Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
तो ये नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है बीच बीच में कभी, ठीक है, इसके लिए घबराने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. ओके
Yes, sir.
ओके, देन आई एम लिविंग. ओके,
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.